Right, so President Akuffo has been speaking at the Africa-Russia Summit. Emmanuel Abajuya is here, and he has the details. Hello, Emmanuel.
Hello, good evening.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
All right,
you too?
I'm good. You take it away.
Hello, and welcome to Business. President Akuffo has been touting the economic potential of Africa in the midst of a continental free trade area agreement. Addressing the maiden edition of the Russia-Africa Summit in Sochi, Russia, President Akuffo said the CFTA holds good prospects for trade relations between Africa and Russia.
According to the World Bank, 6 of the world's 10 fastest growing economies this year, including Ghana's, are in Africa. The continent is rich in natural resources and in possession of 30% of the Earth's remaining mineral resources. She has a vibrant young population, and though there are still important security challenges, she's more at peace than before. The African Continental Free Trade Area, which will cover a market of 1.2 billion people with a combined GDP of some 3 trillion United States dollars across the 54 member states of the African Union, is now in force. With Ghana playing host to the Secretariat, the AFTA holds excellent prospects for trade relations between the continent and Russia. In all of this, we recognize that peace, security, and development walk in tandem. If the African continent is to take its rightful place in the world, it has to shed its image of instability, overcome the wars that plague us, and create societies of opportunities for our citizens, especially our youth. For us in Ghana, our resolve is to build a value-added industrialized economy with a modernized agriculture, trading in the global marketplace on the basis of things we make and grow, and to chart our own self-reliant, independent path within the world economic order. We believe that effective cooperation with Russia will help us attain this goal. Indeed, we want our relations with Russia to be characterized by an increase in trade and investment cooperation, and not by the export and import of raw materials. This, we believe, is the way to develop healthy relations between our two countries. Our vision is to build a free, prosperous country, a Ghana beyond aid, as a dynamic component of an independent and prosperous Africa.
Now, the Social Security and National Insurance Trust, SNIT, is urging employers to stay away from prosecution by making prompt payments of their workers' contributions. According to the Director General of the SNIT, Dr. John Ofori-Tinkwang, there are currently over 4,000 criminal cases pending in court against employers for various infractions. Speaking at the maiden SNIT Employers Breakfast meeting, the Director General of the Social Security and National Insurance Trust said it was imperative for employers to pay all contributions for their workers consistently.
According to data available by the Social Security and National Insurance Trust, debts for non-payment of SNIT contributions within the private sector stood at 64.67 million Ghana cedis as of June 2019. 4,310 cases were also pending in court against employers for various infractions. Touching on the subject, the Director General for the Social Security and National Insurance Trust, Dr. John Ofori-Tinkwang, urged employers to pay contributions to avoid prosecution.
Social Security contributions, defaulting on them constitutes a criminal offense. But we have 4,310 cases pending in court against employers for various offenses, including failure to register their establishments or the workers working therein, failure to submit contribution reports or the employer's records as required, and failure to pay the contributions and associated penalties. And I must say that these court actions that we embark on are a drain on both you, the employer, and on the trust as well. We want to have a pension system where the majority of the employers will voluntarily comply and avoid the payment of these needless penalties. Pay on time and leave the business of investing the money and getting the proper returns honest.
Dr. Tinkwang was speaking at an employers' breakfast meeting which saw SNIT engage employers on benefits of paying contributions as well as hear some concerns of the employers. Some employers present at the event also spoke to Joy Business.
I wish they do this more often so that the message goes out loud and clear to both the formal and the informal sectors that by contributing to SNIT, you are actually encouraging payments to them and benefit to one's own self, especially after retirement.
What SNIT have done today is good. Just calling employers for them to come together and then tell them what they have in mind, what they have in line for employees. And I think it's good. So I will urge SNIT for them to beef up their education more. Just going around to companies and then the informal sector, just to educate them on the SNIT contributions and then the benefits that they will get when they get to their retiring age.
To further improve services, SNIT revealed that they were in the process of introducing an online platform for payments of SNIT contributions and other transactions. For Joy Business, Sheila Tamaklo reporting.
In other business news, government is intensifying efforts to beef up cybersecurity through engagements with state organizations, CEOs. This, according to the National Cybersecurity Advisor, Dr. Albert Ntwi-Boesiakon, has become urgent to ensure safe transactions on government platforms as state institutions go digital. Dr. Albert Ntwi-Boesiakon has been speaking to Joy Business at a government CEO's cybersecurity engagement in Accra.
According to the National Cybersecurity Advisor, Dr. Albert Ntwi-Boesiakon, there's an urgent need for state institutions to pay key attention to issues of cybersecurity and hygiene with the emergence of government's digitization agenda. Initiatives such as the e-procurement, the e-justice, digitization of land registration, and plans of having all payments to state institutions done cashless are examples of the digital transformation. Speaking at the government CEO cybersecurity workshop, the National Cybersecurity Advisor emphasized more security awareness to support these initiatives.
There are serious concerns with respect to cybersecurity, whether attacks from external actors or even insiders, and therefore CEOs ought to put the necessary mechanisms in place. For example, if you have a representative from, the passport office, there's an agency, they are going digital, passport application has been made, online. What is the state of cybersecurity around their infrastructure in terms of, citizens sending their data, filling forms, and providing their personal information to them? There ought to be certain analysis to address that. Internally, what is the state of their cybersecurity readiness in addressing them? So this forum is essentially to raise the awareness on the need to, complement the current development with cybersecurity efforts.
The workshop saw some CEOs and directors of state institutions enlightened on the state of cybersecurity, as well as ways of stepping up cybersecurity in their institutions. Managing Director for the State Interest and Governance Authority noted that to ensure compliance, assessing the level of cybersecurity of state institutions will be included in assessing overall performance of the various institutions.
But we would be looking at negotiating with them how we measure their implementation of these the fine ideas we are coming up with, so that it just doesn't become a talk show and we all go home and forget about it. No, I need to find a way to put it into the contracts so we can measure what security measures have you taken to protect data, to protect your financials, to protect your operations, and so that and sometimes even your IT systems, how many the computers they are networked, is there a security system protecting it? Some of them don't care about security, or they bought it the first time they bought the computers and have the infrastructure put in place, but they don't renew them. And it then becomes open for attacks. So we need to find a way to measure and to monitor that it's constantly, you're on top of the security around your cyberspace.
For Joy Business, Sheila Tamaklo reporting.
And that's all in this first segment of business. There will be more business news after 8 p.m.